Check out my new frogging reel, guys, the Daiwa Elite. Daiwa Elite. I purchased this from Discount Tackle. What we'll be doing today in this video is a couple things. First and foremost, we'll go over reasons why I've swapped over to this reel. With that said, I'm gonna jump to the past and talk about two of the reels that I've been using recently, and hopefully this reel will surpass it in every way, shape, or form. Then, when I finish talking about those reels, what I'll do is we'll go over the specs of this reel, and then let's go out for a quick cast testing session. We'll cast like 1 or 2 frogs and see how well it works. So with that said, let's get started. So a little bit of background for you guys. I do mainly frog fishing for bass and snakeheads. Right now, I think I lean towards more of snakehead fishing, which means I need some heavy duty stuff. All right, heavy duty stuff. We have big long fish who likes to hide in heavy thick cover, and it is getting hot right now. The thick mats are growing, especially in the summertime, so I need something very, very strong. My previous reel, which is this here, the Speed Demon Pro from KastKing. This whole thing is basically graphite body, and a graphite handle. And as you can see, I snapped not one, but actually 3 handles so far. This one's actually my friend. I snapped his reel handle, and I lent him mine because I have the Gomex's handle on it right now. And sorry buddy, but thank you for letting me borrow this so I could do my video. I hope you enjoy using that Gomex's handle. What I like most about this reel though is that this spool here is super extremely light, and is a split short shaft spool. You see how much hose is on this? This does a lot of weight reductions, which allows me to cast frogs very, very far. This reel actually casts further than the average fisherman that I run into when they're fishing for snakeheads. And they are always, and I mean always, surprised that I'm using KastKing and casting that far. There's other problems with this reel, but we won't focus on that right now. I'm hoping that the Tatula Elite will surpass this in every way, shape, or form. Now, fast forward to this year's frogging reel earlier this season. I got the Speed Demon Elite, which replaced the Pro. The Pro is no longer in production, and now you get this guy, which is a totally, completely different reel. You have an aluminum body, very hard, rugged body, so it is very strong, which is supposed to be perfect for me. And as you can see, aluminum handle. But the one thing that's different with this reel is that it uses a centrifugal braking system, and you could do some micro adjustments with the side knob. And what it does is it changes side plate in and out, closer or further away from the spool, so that you can fine-tune your casting. I thought it was a great idea at first, and I was hoping that this reel would solve my problems. But I quickly learned that centrifugal braking system, at least for this reel, is not for me. I mean, I thought it was okay for frogging because when I go frog fishing, I use like maybe 1 or 2 frogs, and they're all pretty much very close to the same weight. But when I swap to so other things, I quickly find that this reel right here, it's really tough. You know, there's a backlash everywhere. You always have to fine tune it, and you can spend time fine tuning it rather than fishing. So I am getting rid of this reel. And therefore, now we are here with this awesome new Tatula. Now, this is new for me, but this has been out since 2019. I got this from, once again, Discount Tackle. And let's go over some of the cool specs on this reel. In fact, let me just show you guys the box. It makes it a lot easier because I could just go through it very quickly. All right. So once again, I got the Tatula Elite 100XSL left-hand reel at 8.1:1 gear ratio, the fastest one on there. I believe it does like 33.9 inch per turn. So it's pretty fast, not faster than the Speed Demon Elite, of course. But I still think it's relatively fast enough for me to pull up the line for next cast. I think it's really, really important when you do frog fishing that you have fast reel, because a lot of times I do sight fishing, and if I see something that's popping out there like blowing up or some movement, I really want to cast at that spot. So I got to reel in my lure and do that cast. Now this thing is 6.7 ounce, so it's actually pretty light for a aluminum body. Yes, it does have an aluminum body, so this thing is going to be nice and strong. Hopefully it won't twist like the graphite reel over there. I may even swap to Gomex's handle, like bigger handles. I have it right here, just sitting right here. I'll show it to you guys right now. This handle right here, I believe is maybe 90 millimeters, and I'm gonna switch to 100 millimeters. So as you see, it's a little longer. Therefore, I have more cranking power. But I won't do that for the first couple videos until I get used to this reel. It has 11 pounds of drag, not the strongest. I feel like the KastKing ones right there have a lot more power, but I think it should be okay. I'm not really fishing those heavy mats like Florida. So, you know, after a season fishing this, I will come back with a review and I'll let you guys know whether, you know, 11 pounds drag is sufficient. But in discussion with some of my friends that's around the local area, they say it's pretty much sufficient for my style of fishing. Now, this reel will cast super, super far for a couple reasons. First and foremost, you see this crazy eyelet right here for the line guide. It's the T-wing system. When you press the thumb bar, that will disengage the spool for casting. This thing shoots down, so it has a wider hole so that it will allow the line to dispense without any sort of friction. You know, if you take a typical guide like this one here, right, they stay still and it will rub on that guide. So yep, the T-wing system is supposed to help you cast a lot further. So I am very, very excited for that. And of course, this is actually a light spool. They have created a aluminum spool using aero grade aluminum. And let me just take it out and weigh it. Let's see how heavy this thing is. All right, so I've pulled out the spool. Let's weigh it. Gotta weigh it in grams. 13.9. Okay, lift it up, put it back down. 13.9, which is not bad. In fact, let me just pull out the KastKing for a second. I did say that this spool is very light, which is why it allows me to cast very far. Check that out, 11.4. 11.4. So, yep, that is one reason why I like this KastKing reel, even though it's made of graphite. Although this spool here is heavier than the KastKing spool, let me tell you something about their braking system. As you can see, their braking system is still magnetic, but it actually uses some of centrifugal force technology. What I mean by that is, if you look at the spool here, you see this cup right here. This cup actually shoots out, okay? When you cast out, this cup will shoot deeper into the side plate here, which is where the magnets reside, and that's how it works. So it's more dynamic than more of a static braking system. Like if you actually take a look at this guy right here, you know, wherever it breaks that you set, that is what it is, okay? That is what it is. For this here, unless your spool is spinning too fast, it won't even shoot all the way out. So hopefully with the MagForce-Z, that will allow me to achieve further casting even with a heavier spool. Now, just an FYI, the MagForce-Z is probably their lowest end braking system of the, you know, the inductor cup. They actually have other ones like the SVTW or even the newest SVTWG on the Zillion. That is crazy. I actually have a two-step braking system. So instead of just shooting out, it actually shoots out and does a halfway. That is freaking insane. The SVTW, not the G, it actually rotates, right? The spool actually rotates and shoots out. This guy right here, I guess you could say Gen 1, it just shoots out. That's it. So that's pretty much it for the MagForce-Z braking system. If you guys want to learn more about the SVTW or the SVTWG, stick around because I actually purchased the Tatula SVTW, which I'll go over very, very soon in a future video. And hopefully in the future, maybe by fall, I might be able to get that Zillion SVTWG. That would be pretty crazy, huh? So the tension knob for this reel is called a zero adjuster, and which is why you can see that it's kind of hard to even adjust this. This knob is pretty much protected. And the way that they designed this reel is that you use primarily the braking system only. You just configure this guy right here. This spool is supposed to be loose as possible where it's just starting to get snug. But out of the box, I realized one thing. Check this out. Let me put it next to the mic. There is a very, very tiny side-to-side play. All right. Technically, you're not supposed to adjust this, but out of box, I guess it left it a little loose. In fact, the drag system was actually very, very loose as well. So I think they've done it on purpose so it doesn't get worn out. Who knows how long these will sit on the shelves, right? So I think they actually let this guy stay a little loose, and you just need to readjust it yourself. And it's very, very easy to adjust it. Well, the concept is really, really easy to understand, but it's actually really, really tough to twist this if you have big fingers like me. What you do is basically you get this thing loose as possible, so it has a side-to-side play, and you slowly tighten it to the point where it doesn't have that side-to-side play. And there it is. That's it. No clicker, no nothing. You don't really need it because this thing is actually very, very stiff. And like I said, you shouldn't really need to adjust it at all. Now, perhaps you need it for skipping. I never use a Daiwa reel to skip. So potentially in the future, whether it's this reel or this reel here, I'll play around with it and see if we need to tighten the tension knob to skip. With my other baitcasting reel, I typically use a combination of configuring the tension knob and a braking. But yeah, I never skipped with a Daiwa reel, so that would be pretty exciting. I was fishing with Mike, One Rod One Reel recently, and he's been skipping frogs with his DC reel underneath trees, and he's been pulling out some big fish. So it was pretty impressive. And I know that the way that I configure all my reels is pretty similar to Daiwa, where I use no tension in my spool and just use the brakes only, but that is used for primarily casting normally, you know, for distance, not skipping. So yeah, it'll be pretty cool to see that. So last thing I want to talk about is line capacity. I will likely use 50-pound braid line for snakeheads, and that could hold 80 yards. Potentially I may use 40. It really depends. I'll start with 50 first, but I might drop to 40 because I really want more line so I could cover more water. But I think most people, you know, most of the American style frogs, having 50-pound line is more than sufficient. Frogs that's designed in Asia, such as this one right here, which is 16 grams, has no silicone legs, so it actually flies a lot further than the frogs that you see in America. But anyway, let me put one of these frogs on, and also I'll put like a normal frog that you will see in the American market, and let's do some cast testing. Once again, I'll put some 50-pound braided line. Let's go. All right, guys, I am at a field right now, a playground actually, and I'm gonna do some cast testing with my Daiwa Elite. And I have paired up with the Dobyns rod, their Sierra series. This is the SA735C, and this is basically their frogging rod. 7 foot 3 inches, basically is a mag, heavy, extra fast tip, perfect for frogging. Anyways, so I split up some line. I got the Daiwa J-Braid, and this is the 50-pound braided line. I got a line reader so we can see how far we actually cast. So the first frog we're casting today is the Z-Man, the Elite frog. This is the 2.75 inch frog, and that is approximately 0.59 ounce, or it is 16.9 grams. All right, so let's get to it. Now, I never casted this before, so I am just gonna put the brakes on, I guess, in the middle. Okay, that is 10 out of 20 clicks. All right, so let's do it. All right, so that landed there, and let's see, let's turn this on. All right, so let's go like this. I believe it's like this. All right, zeroed out. Let's reel it in. And I think I got it right about here, right there. So that's 88.5 feet. All right, let's try it again. This time I'm gonna lower it to 8 breaks. I feel like it could do it. So I'm gonna do it right there. No thumbing until I touch the ground. All right, so touch the ground and just click it. Put this back right here and pull it down just like that. All right, let's reel it in. And that's approximately right there, 92. Not bad, not bad. We'll try it again, but this time I'll put the brakes all the way down to 6. There's no wind right now. Ooh, it's pretty smooth. All right, ooh, that's a different color. Let's try it again. All right, zeroed out. Look at that, 103.8 feet. That's pretty good. All right, last cast at 5 breaks. Whoa. All right, that definitely went pretty far. I think it probably went the furthest. It did backlash a little bit, which I think the braking system it fixed itself very quick. So it was pretty cool. Like I was about to smash the spool right away, right? But it just fixed itself, and I was like, oh great, that's good. So that's what you want, right? That's good braking right there. So let's zero this out, and let's put this back on, just like so. All right. Oh yeah, I could twist this. That's pretty cool. This line counter could really help me with my casting videos. But anyway, let's go. I feel like this reel is not as fast as the Speed Demon, but I think it's good enough. I think the Speed Demon, the newest one, is so fast. It's like almost 40 inch per turn. I think like 39 something inch per turn. That is insane. Oh, wait, I gotta get it all the way back to the top where I was casting. All right, very close to 120, 119. I don't think I'll go any lower because if there's actual wind, that probably would have been bad. So I'm gonna accept it here at break 5. All right, 119. That is pretty impressive. Let me put on the other frog and let's see how that casts. I really think that my other frog will cast further because it doesn't have these silicone legs. But so far, this frog right here, the Elite Frog, acceptable casting. And I feel like it's pretty accurate too, especially with this setup here. Oh man, I really like this Daiwa Elite. All right, the next frog is a FrogKing. Frogs sold in Asia, made in China. Very, very good frog. Frogs that you won't see in America unless you are buying from me. I have some limited quantities, but if you guys want these, you better hit me up ASAP. But anyway, this is 16.3 grams, or it's close to 0.57-ish. So just a little bit lighter than the Z frog right there, the Z Leap. But because without silicone legs, it should be casting far. So let's get to it. Wow, far and accurate. Orange line, guys. Oops, it went down just a little bit, but it's okay. It's not that much different, right? So let's see. Put down just like, come on. Here we go, and zero it out. Let's drill this in. Not spooled, but it's still far, super far. Like that is amazing far. Like people will probably, they probably go 8 nuts because it casts so far. I probably can lower the brakes a little bit more because it's so aerodynamic, right? That this thing is flying so much further. Oops, wait, I gotta reload all the way to about here and get ready to see the number. Oh my gosh, wait a sec. You see this? 154.2, holy moly. All right, so I'm at break 4, no wind. All right, so let's get it. All right, I thumbed it right there, right when it touched the floor, so it didn't dispense anymore. So this should be accurate right here. Although there's a bow and a line from the air, that I'm just really measuring how much line's being, you know, casted out. So let's do it. Zero it out. Would it be better if I put it closer like this? I don't know. Okay, almost here. It's already past 100. Oh my. Oh my. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Right about here. The 156.1. That is insane. That is insane. All right, fam. So that concludes my unboxing and cast testing video for my new Daiwa Tatula Elite as my newest and greatest frogging setup. I didn't talk too much about the Dobyns rod, but you guys definitely will see me go out and fish with this, so I'll talk more about the rod in a different episode. But right now, first impression, I really like this reel. I think the braking system is freaking amazing. And yeah, once you adjust this and tune it properly, so it's like the zero adjuster, as you saw, the braking, you know, it went all the way down to 4, and I mean, like even 3 if you cast very light, you could do it for short distances with very, very low power. That's how awesome the Daiwa MagForce braking system is. So very, very awesome. If you guys want to learn more about these products here, the reel, the line, the rod, this frog, I'll left some links in the description below so you guys could check them out, buy them if you guys want to. For these frogs here, I got some, just a few. So if you guys are interested, feel free to shoot me an email. I thank you guys for watching. The fish don't wait. Go ahead and gear up and do some heavy frog fishing this summer. It's time. It's time, guys.